Okay guys, in my last video, I discussed about the basics of file handling operations. In my last video, generally I focused on how to read the content from the file. In this video, I will tell you some of the applications of file handling or some of the questions that are often asked in the examination of class 12th related with the file handling. And that will also clear your concept on when you should use read function, when you should use readline function, and when you should use readlines function. So here I have given three questions. So let's focus on the first question. The first question is saying that write a function to read the file class 7.txt that can be any file right now in my system. Class 7.txt file is there, and count the number of words present in the file. String handling you have already done. Little bit I modify this question. Instead of this question, I write this question. In my new slide, I will focus on, instead of writing this question, I will change the structure of the section. Instead of writing write a function to read the file, I will say write a function to enter a sentence and count the number of words present in it. I don't think there is a big difference in both of the questions. Write a function to enter a sentence and count the number of words present in this, not in a file. The only difference is here you will enter the sentence through the keyboard, but here you have to read the content from the file. Operations are same. Operation is counting the number of words. Here you have to counting the number of words in the file, and here you have to count the number of words that in the sentence that you are entering. So if we make this program, suppose let's make this program, because this such kind of program you must have already made. So for making you easy, first of all I will make this program where it is saying that you have to enter a sentence. So how will you, first of all I will make function. So def function name, suppose words. Okay. Here I have to enter a sentence like as input sent. Now if you have to find out that how many words are there in this sentence, if I say how many characters are there in this sentence, so I think that problem will be solved. Number of character, if you talk about number of character, so that problem number characters length as easily it will be solved. You will get that how many characters are there in the sentence. But if I say that how many words are there, so generally we always do the operation split function. I assume that I am teaching here the file handling operation. So split function in detail I will discuss later on, but whatever are the necessary related with the split function here, that I will tell you. So as far as counting uh, the number of word in a sentence, what you need to do, if suppose you have to find out the number of letter, it is easy, and you can call the function and the job will be done. First of all I will save the file. Saving the file is, suppose any name I'm giving right now, but I am saving the file in desktop. So when I'm running it, it is asking a sentence. So suppose I am entering hello. Suppose this is the, and I am getting number of characters of 38 including the space. But if I say number of words, so how many words are there in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 words. So how we will do it? We will use we always use for this purpose a split function. That is very easy here. We will split it into s dot split. Split, if we do not pass any argument in this function, it splits seeing the space. So p is a list here. So after that, for number of words, it is very easy. words equal to len p plus 1, because p is a list. P is a list. So S dot split here, S dot split P0 will contain one word, P2 will contain one word, P3 will contain, and so on, and the len P plus 1, the result. So let's see what is the result here. Suppose I am entering the same input, that is, hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you. And enter. So you will say that number of letters 38, number of words are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 9. So what is there here? Okay, I need not to give here length plus 1 because length is always, I need not to give here plus 1. So that will be only length b. Here also I need not to give length. So when you will run it, you will see that how many letters are there and how many words are there. 37 letters are there, 9 words are there. So you must have understood this program very easily. As you can see here, we have to enter a sentence, then we have to find a number of characters. If we have to find out, here we don't have to find out number of characters, we only have to find a number of words. So p is equal to s dot split number of words, then p. Split function you need to understand very, you need to be very quick in that, uh, that what is split function and what is the role of a split function. So I will give a little bit demonstration of a split function. Suppose s value is hello, how are you? So this is the s value. When you are writing p is equal to s dot split, what happens that in the memory it will make 4 block. 1, 2, 3. This will contain what? This will contain hello. This will contain what? This will contain how. This will contain what? This will contain R. And this will contain what? This will contain U. So here, this is complete P. This is complete P. This is P list. This is P0. This is P1. This is P2. This is P3. So a split function splits the content. How it splits, you need to understand here. How it splits. It split. It split. How it splits? By space. Wherever space is there, here space is there, so hello has been separated. Here space is there, how has been separated. Here space is there, R has been separated, and here U has been separated. If suppose this has been the value, hello, suppose you write here s dot split E, then what had been the condition? Then what had been the condition? A list will be made with the name P. In the first block, what you will find? H. Only H. Why? Because as soon as it will get E, it will break. In the next block, what will you get? LLO. In the next block, what will you get? LLO. So you need to understand, if you, because the split function is very important for a string handling. Right now, I am not dealing with file handling, I am dealing with string handling. So it will contain hello, sorry, it will not only contain, it will contain all the strings, sorry. Here it will contain everything like LLO, HOW, AR. As soon as E will come, it will not be there. So what I am saying, that this will contain your H as E has come. Now this block will contain your LLO, W, and space AR. And as soon as E will come, third block will be made. And this block will contain your U. So this is P. What is the length of this P? See, when there was, so it is like that. So when there was nothing, how we divide it? Like this: hello here, how here, are here, you here, and the length of the p means forward. So length of the p. So that is a complete concept of a split function. Now, so what I was saying that, so but our question was, what was our question? Our question is that write a function to read the file. What question we have attempted? We have attempted write a function to enter a sentence, the, that and count the number of word present is. But here we don't, the question that we have got actually, here we don't have to take the sentence from the user. Here we have to read the file. So what modification we will do in the current file? The modification that we will do, instead of this s is equal to, here we will write open. We will open the file. The file name is class 7.txt. And which mode you want to open it? R mode. So now the content will come from this file. So this file has been opened. First of all, this file has been opened. Now you have to read the content from this file. Now you have to read the content from this file. So which function you will use? Either read you will use, or read line you will use, or read lines you will use. So here read function will solve your problem. Like suppose here I will take a variable f, and here s is equal to f dot read. So these two sentences are just equal to your input. But in the last program, you were taking the input through keyboard, but here you are taking the input from the file, and rest process is same. Read function will read all the content as discussed in the last class, will read all the content from the file and will transfer it into S. So if I say, then what is the S value? So the S value will be this. This whole content is the value of S. This whole content is the value of S. If you want to find out the number of character, you will write len S. Number of character in whole file, you will write len S. Number of words in whole file, len P. So you can run it. You can see the output as well. So this is the number of characters are 494 and number of words are 78 in the file. Now, if I say here that you can use the readline function, so readline function concept is that it can only read one line at a time. Second is for loop. For loop also will deal in the line by line. Read lines function, read lines also reads the whole content in the form of list. That you can use, but that process will be lengthy. So right now for this program, read function will be used. Okay, so this was the first program that I wanted to do. Now our next program. Next program is this: write a function to read the file and count the number of character in each line present in the file. Okay, so again, I will go to the same program. I will convert number of characters. So let the function name be same, fun. Now we are going to design fun function, and here you will open a file first of all, because we have to read the file. Here the question is saying that you have to count the number of character in each line. Count the number of character in each line. So you need to read each line. So that read function will read whole content. That will be very difficult for you to do. So in that scene, you can use either the read line function, read lines function, or for loop. But from according to me, as you have to see that how many, what are there, how many Lines are there, number of character in each line. You have to find out number of character in each line. So I think read lines function will help you. Simple. Or you can use the loop also. Both the process you can do. So I tell you the first process by loop. For I in F, I will store the content of the file line by line, and you have to find out that how many character are there in every line. So I don't think that's a very problematic. Simply len s, len I will solve your function name is number of character in each line. So you can, if you will run it, you will see how. So this is number of character. How many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in first line 14, 31. So this is like that. So as you can see that you did it, number of character through I is reading. I is reading in which form? String form. By line, one line per time. If suppose there are 6 lines in the file, then this loop is running 6 times. If there are 10 lines in the file, the loop is running 10 times. 10 times, and every time I is picking up one line from the file. Second method is that you can do it with the read lines function. So let's do it with the read lines function. Suppose x is equal to f dot read lines function. It will read the whole file. It will read the whole file, and suppose there are 5. Suppose I will again explain. Suppose there are 5 lines. Suppose there are 5 lines in the file. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose there are 5 lines in the file. So read lines will do what? Read lines will make the list. This is the list named as S. First block, यानी कि S0 will store the first line. S1 will store the second line. S2 will store the third line, and so on, depending upon the number of lines. Now the question is, what you have to do? You have to find the number of character in each line. Generally, this process will be so S0 will contain one line. So if I say here, for doing this operation, you need to run a loop. What you will do here, that you run a loop for I in S and len I. Here S is a list. Here S is a list and will give you, I will store S0 value, I will store S1 value, I will store S2 value, and so on. Because here you are traversing the list through for loop. Earlier you were traversing the file through for loop. So there is a difference between this process and this process. Here you are traversing the file through for loop, and here you are traversing the list through for loop. So both the options are there. You can either use these 2 lines to perform that operation, or you can use these 3 lines to perform the operation. The only difference is that here 1 line is extra. So both the way the things can be done. Now you see here one more thing I will tell you. Wait, let me lock these codes first of all. Now first of all, let's read the file through for loop. So here when you are running, this result is coming. Okay, now let's see it. Now we will lock this line, and we will see the output through this code. So you can see the answer is same in both the situation. Here also the answer is coming same, and here is also the answer coming See, so that is there. Any one method you can use, either this or this. Generally, I always prefer for loop. That is my favorite. That can be favorite of you also. So that completely depends upon you, that which method you want to use. Okay. Now the move to the third question. Third question is that write a function to read the file abc.txt and count how many lines start with the letter A. These are very common question that is always asked from the file handling in the CBSE board exam of class 12. So our next question is write a. So let's move to the Python window. Count how many lines start with the letter A. Now here again, it is not a matter of read function. Read function cannot solve because read function reads the whole file. Then only that function can also solve, but there are mechanism to do that. But that mechanism right now you don't. You only focus that which function you read line or read lines or for loop. So so let's do first of all this for loop, that count how many lines start with the letter A. So as you see that for I we are traversing we have opened the file and then we are traversing the file. So I will store one line by line. Suppose there are 5 line, 1 2 3 4 5. So this loop will run 5 times. This loop will run 5 times. First time I value will be the first line. So first line, when now we have to check the I is string. I is string. So let's do it another way. Suppose that these are the 5 lines, like hello, how are you, I am fine, thank you. I will correct the I. Okay, suppose these are the 3 5. So first of all, what will be I value? I value will be hello, how are you. So first of all, I value will be, first of all, I value will be hello, how are you. You need to remember that what is the data type of I here. The data type of I is what? String. So now its first letter we have to compare with A. Simple. So here the simple thing is that what we will write, if I 0 equal to A, we have to count simply C equal to C plus 1, and we will make here C value 0, because that is counting. Simple program. Number of lines start C. So how is I 0? First of all, I value will be hello, how are you? I 0 will not be matching with this. Then I value will be I am fine. Then the I value will be I am fine. Its first letter I not matching with A. Then the next is thank you. Thank you T also is not matching with A. So this program will not give you, as far as according to this input, you will not get any output. But if you have anything in the file, if you will run it, then maybe you will be. So I'm going to run it. Let's see if any line start with the letter A. So I'm really very sorry. Here also there are no that is start with A. So that is concept is this. So this is next. You are using this one. Now, can you use read line or read lines? Actually, read line I'm not focusing here. But yes, here read lines. Let's come to the read lines. How you can use the read lines function on that. So instead of this, you can use the read lines function. Read lines function like s is equal to f dot read lines. So as you know that the whole file will be read. S0 will contain the first line, S1 will contain the second line, S2 will contain the third line, and so on. So S is a list here. So as we need to process it when we'll write I in S. I in S. So I in S means, let's again, I will draw some figure to you that will be helpful in understanding. Suppose this is a list and the first block is containing hello, how are you? Second line is containing Amar, and the third line is containing Akbar, and fourth, like this. So if I say these are the three lines were there in the file that has been read. First line was containing this, second line was containing this, and it has been divided into list. So now when you're writing I in S, so first of all, I value will be this. Now its first letter, how will you take out? Here I is a string, so its first letter I 0. You will pick up its first letter I 0. That is not matching with A, so nothing. Next time again loop will go. I value is Amar. First letter, how will you pick up? I 0. And it will come, it will count, and so on. Again, loop will go. I value will be Akbar. Its first letter A, I 0 will be compared with A. So output generally in this case, you will get 2. You will get 2. So, but what it is in our file, you will not get anything. So I'll do one thing in my file. I will write something that start with A, or I can use any other letter. Like suppose I am using here Q. Let's see how many lines start with Q. So you can see here in the output that here 2 lines start with the character Q. Message is A, but it is for Q discounting. So you must have understood here you have used the for loop also to access the file, and you have used the readlines function also to access the file. So which here the same concept, the same coding I have used here. So either you use this or you use this, again the same thing, you are adding this one line extra. So again I am preferring that there is no need of this. You can, here we are accessing the file, and here you are traversing the file, and here you are traversing the list. So here one again in this code one line is extra that you are using, but the result will come from both of them. Examiner will not say anything whichever method you use. Okay, so now readline function I have not discussed. So that is a bit tricky, but you need to know readline function as well. So now this whole program I will make now with the help of readline function. As you know that readline function reads only one line at a time. Reads only one line at a time. So if suppose we have 3 lines with us, again I will take the help of, suppose we have 3 lines with us. Hello, how are you? Amar is good. Akbar is bad, and like that 3 lines are there. So our S will store the first line, that is S will store our first line, that is hello, how are you? But what about the 2 lines? These 2 lines also to be read. So what will you write dev.readline again? Yes, as you know that there are only 3 lines in the file, so you can write readline 2 times. But suppose you don't know that how many lines are there in the file. In that case, what will you do? In that case, who will help you? In that case, a loop will help you. While S. What is S? I will tell you now. We will use a loop. And then after using a loop, we will use this concept. If S0 equal to Q, C is equal to C plus 1. Simple. So first of all, how many times this loop abuse? One more thing. First line has been read. First line, S is storing hello, how are you? not matching. S value, here you need to understand what is S value. Actually, this loop will run till the time S, the truth value of S is false. Because you have heard, you have learned about the truth value. Truth value is what? If S is containing any value, then the S truth value is true. But if S is containing blank, then its truth value is false. So right now S is containing something. What is S is containing? S is containing hello, how are you? So its truth value is true. Therefore, the loop will run. S0 will be compared with S0 is H here. So H will be compared with no. Then after that, loop control will go again. What about the second line? So you need to write this line inside the loop again, so that the second line could be read. That was only for the initializing purpose. But again and again, this statement must be inside the loop so that the content from the file could be read line by line. So now this code will read the second line, Amar is good. So now the S value will be Amar is good. Control from here will go back. S value is again true as S is containing Amar is good. Now S0 is A. Actually, I am comparing with Q, but you compare with A here, no issue. So S0 is A, the matching. Then S is equal to F dot read line. This time S value will be Akbar is bad. So now again the control go back here. S truth value is again true. Why? Because S value is Akbar is bad. Now S0 is A, it will be compared, it will be increased and so on. Now S is read line. Now nothing is there. So S will contain blank. The control will go back here, but this time the value is false. This time the value is false. I am not very good in writing from this. So this was the whole concept. So next time when it will go, the value of S will be false and the loop will stop and we will get the output. Let's check with the cube whether it is working or not. And the same output comes or not. So you can see here that the result is same. A is equal to 2. So this was about the read line function. Then it's a lengthy process. That's why I did not use it, but it completely depends upon you which function you want to use for reading the content from the file. So that's all for this session. In this session, we discussed 3 programs that showcased the uses of read line, read lines, and for loop. These are the 4 methods of reading the content from the file. Thank you so much.